We're glad to have you back. My colleague Effiong Ekop is live in the studio for us to do a review of market activities for the entire week. Well, Effiong, I think we need to start with that very important event which you were covered yesterday. $500 million is what we are talking about. If that comes in, it has an impact on our reserves. Tell us more about this, please.
That's exactly what the finance minister and the coordinating minister of the economy, told us. It is the first domestic US dollars bonds raised by the Nigerian government.
Wow. Wow.
It's an investment instrument that will be listed at the NGX exchange and FMDQ exchange. And so investors are allowed, to play well in it. The classes of investors are Nigerians here in the country, Nigerians in outside, then foreigners who are living here, then the banks and fund managers. That's what you call our pension fund managers. Those are the people allowed to participate in the fund. The whole idea, according to the minister, is that we have found out that Nigeria and Africa, they do not, always have fair deals when they want to access dollars from international systems. So he feels that it is time Nigeria should be able to build, back up, the domestic cycle by getting all the sources that will bring in dollars, then you have control over it. In fact, at a point, we were asking the minister, will this be, the window be open to people from other African countries?
Oh, okay.
And in the Big Brother sense, he said, yes, if Nigeria succeeds and we make it, if African countries want to come and access us, then they will have the window. I think it's a beautiful way to start. And then what he was saying, that we solicit the assistance of Nigerians living in diaspora. They have this dollar very well.
Yes.
Then the initial investment is $10,000.
Okay.
Then after $10,000, if you want to increase, you do in multiples of 1,000 along. So that's the minimum. And then you hold the investment instrument for 5 years.
Okay.
Although if you want to, get out before 5 years,
then.
you go through the secondary market and it will be written off. So that's a good.
There's always a way out where you want to move the money out.
Exactly.
So what's your take with market performance?
No, we've not seen something like that before.
Yes, indeed. It is.
So let's see how it works.
How it plays out. So let's relate it with the market. The performance is in red. It's not acting in the same way with that. If you're going to
throughout the week, we've seen market trading in red, and investors are really nervous.
Yeah,
they have been taking funds out of their investments all through the week. We've been trading negative. Today, 0.02%, just a little above flat territory.
Yeah.
And so the banks, the manufacturing companies, all of them, we see big sell-off in their territories. And so investors still want to hold funds for whatever reasons. It is their business. It is their investment. So we allow them, if they like, to take money out of their investments, they are free. But it should not get to a point where we have free fall, because we are mindful of the fact that big banks are out there on the street soliciting funds to be able to recapitalize. That's a very big thing happening in the economy and in the financial sector. And so one way or the other, people should support them. Although the criticism is that the banks too should, do better things, especially for the real sector. I hope after this they will take the message. Have you heard?
They'll be bigger by then. They will have enough funds. They should be able to expand.
There's something interesting. Have you heard the criticism that Mr. Femi Otedola is making against the banks? With their big profits.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the profit.
Yes, they take a lifestyle that people say, why? But businesses around them, they are suffering. So he said it is very good they begin to pay good levels of taxes to government coffers. Can you beat that argument?
I think I would like them to do more for the rail sector. They do the rail sector. If they support the rail sector more, will create more jobs. Manufacturing.
Yes,
and that inclusive growth will be achieved. But if it's just tax, well, let's see how it all plays out.
He talked about majority of them, you know, hopping on, you know, the air, taking and buying jets. You know,
anybody who works hard also needs to enjoy. But let's leave it at that.
They are keeping investors' money, they are keeping people's money.
Let's see how it plays out. What do you think, wrapping up for the new week?
Tolu, I still think that the market is not going to look up very well.
Very well, right?
For now. The whole month of September, I think at the end of September, before we see it all. Don't forget, workers have still not started receiving the 17 minimum wage. So investable funds, you know, very, very lean. That's the way I look at it.
I must thank you so much, my colleague there, Effiong Ekop, always there to break down market figures for us as usual.
Thank you, Tolu.
Oh, let's enjoy our weekend.
We will.
All right, then. Asian shares were headed for a weekly gain today, and Japan's benchmark Nikkei was poised for its best week in more than 4 years, as upbeat risk sentiment spilled from Wall Street, while the dollar and the U.S. Treasury yields held broadly and, of course, steadily. Now,